United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome. I'd like to call the meeting to order and show that all council members are in attendance, and I would entertain a motion for the consent agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Is there any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Tonight we have 3 public hearings. This is time and place for a public hearing as advertised on the matter of Resolution 16-208, authorizing the disposal of city property legally described as Lot 9, McGee's subdivision of Block 21, Hughes and Donovan's addition, OTB-16-012, is proof of publication on file.
It is on file.
Have any written protests been received?
None received.
Is there anyone here tonight wishing to address the council in regards to this matter? Seeing none, what is the council's pleasure?
Motion to approve disposing of the property.
Is there discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. This time and place for a public hearing is advertised on the matter of Resolution 16-209, which is to vacate and dispose of the east-west alley of Block 40 and to vacate that part of 4th Avenue abutting part of Blocks 40 and 41, all in Bears subdivision. Is proof of publication on file.
It is on file.
Have any written protests been received?
None received.
Is there anyone here tonight wishing to address the council in regards to this matter? Seeing none, what's the council's pleasure?
Motion to approve. Second.
Is there discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. This time and place for a public hearing is advertised on the matter of Resolution 16-210, authorizing the vacation of the east-west alley in Block 8, Bryant and Clark subdivision. Is proof of publication on file.
It is on file.
Have any written protests been received?
None received.
Is there anyone here tonight wishing to address the council in regards to this matter? Seeing none, what is the council's pleasure?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Is there discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Madam Clerk?
Ordinance on second reading. Ordinance 6277, amending Title I, Administration and Personnel by amending Chapter 1.62.030, Classification and Appointment to replace the Bluffs Arts Council with the Potawatomi Arts, Culture, and Entertainment PACE Council.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Is there discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
Motion to waive third.
Second.
Is there discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
Resolutions. Resolution 16-211, granting approval to apply for resource enhancement and protection funding for the Tom Hannafin Rivers Edge Park Woodland Restoration Project, Phase 1.
Motion to approve the resolution.
Second.
Is there discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign.
Applications for permits and cancellations regarding 7A, B, and C inclusive.
Motion to approve 7A, B, and C inclusive.
Second.
Is there discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Madam Clerk, any citizens requesting to be heard?
None received.
Anyone from the audience like to address the council?
Bruce Kelly, 864 McKenzie Avenue. Bike trail, you know about that. But on some of these public hearings and stuff on these, you put, McGinn subdivision, block 21, Hughes and all that stuff. Is there any way in parentheses you could put down about the street and address?
It is in the packet.
Yeah.
Putting it on the front page would be helpful. I agree.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sitting there going, okay, where
The
is
legal
that?
descriptions, yeah. hard to track.
You mean you
Don't
don't
see
read
in
the
the-
full packet?
I don't get the packet, I'm sorry.
Oh, well, this
Sometimes
week
there
was only
aren't- there
51
isn't a street
pages.
address, but we could say
that's true.
in whatever block.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, that's a good point.
3,000 block or whatever.
Because if you do the address, and it really is the alley between
Right.
That's
two
a good
separate
point.
addresses,
Yeah, that's a good point.
two separate streets.
But kind of like a generalized, I don't know,
General prescription where it is located at.
like
that's all.
alley off 28th near
Yeah,
5th, or something like that.
because I know a lot of you probably don't even remember where Union Street is, do you?
I do, I know. right
I
where it
do.
is.
I do.
Just north of Confederate.
No, it's up on the hill off Pierce.
No, the original Union Street is down off of 13th and 6th Avenue. It was never put in.
Oh, well,
I
then
have
we have a Union
trick-
Street,
Well,
though.
we do have, yeah. There's also the ordinance book. I have a copy of that year, I think 1882 or 3, where they changed, of course, they changed all the street names in one go. That's when they went to, especially on what's now West Broadway, they went to the letters above and numbers below, and the streets in the center you can find. A lot of them had different names, like 8th was Baldwin Street and 5th Avenue was Buckingham Street. There are a lot of interesting names if you're into that. Look it up. Yeah, yeah.
Mayor, Walsh City Council, my name is Joel Driver. I live at 505 South 6th Street, Apartment 113. Hope everybody had a safe 4th of July. And I hear down by the MAC tonight, it's pretty packed because of is his name Pence or
Pence, yep.
coming in? Yeah. And I guess the next holiday coming up is going to be Labor Day. So with that, that's all I got to say. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
A typewriter. My name is Teresa Jacoby, 38 Dillman, Council Bluffs, Iowa. And I would like to visit with you as a council tonight regarding the issue I talked about on July 25th. And I have a lot to say and a lot has happened, but I'm going to only talk to you today about my eviction and why I was evicted, and that when I met with the legal aid attorney, given what he told me, that I could not be evicted until after all of the steps have been gone through. And those steps are, I paid my rent for this month, and I will pay my rent for next month because it will end up, for some reason, in a court hearing sort of thing. And because all of this stuff takes a lot of time, I will not be, they won't be able to evict me until probably sometime in October, something like that. Okay? Now, how to prepare for and recover from a disaster. There's a disaster going on down at Colonial Plaza. And that disaster is that there are 40 families there. Some people have left, some people have been evicted. I won't mention their names except for Teresa Jacoby and for Terry Lawson, who were just evicted 2 days ago, and I didn't pick up my report, so I just got evicted today. And the eviction is by the legal aid attorney. Do I have to say this all in 5 minutes?
Yes.
That, and if I may say, I'm certainly not your attorney, and so I can't give you legal advice, but To the extent you've had discussions with an attorney, or there are things about about a case, you don't have to say those publicly. They may, you have every right to. I don't want to say I'm trying to shut you down. I'm just saying that I just feel out of courtesy to you, Teresa, that I need to say that
Don't say.
if you say them, they become public and
Okay.
they can be used against you. So
Okay.
in your case, by your landlord, whether it's fair or not. So I just want to, as a
Say
courtesy.
that I shouldn't say all this stuff. Well, you know what?
Well, it's your choice. I thought I better point that out to
you know,
you.
and I'm going to say this, that the legal aid attorney, you guys know how much I talk, and I talk a lot, and he said, you know, I could be asking you questions if you'd ever stop talking. So I stopped talking and listened to the whole thing, and I learned more than I want to learn. But this stuff that I handed there, I just wanted the council to know that there are 40 families who are traumatized, and they're all watching TV tonight to see what I'm going to say. I asked 6 of them to come here, and they're all so afraid to come here or be seen with me because they're afraid that the same thing is going to happen that happened to Terry and I. I'm going to tell you why the term, I used it, that he said the reason they can't, retaliation. Retaliation, okay. So here's where the retaliation comes. Through this whole mess, Maureen Allers has been investigating down at Colonial Plaza, and she has gotten halfway through, and there is evidence, according to Steve Carmichael, that there are major issues down there, but report that there isn't any structural, so there's probably no problem about them condemning this place so that everybody has to move out, and it would be hard for this 40 families to find some place to live. They're 90, 94, 93, 92, 91, everybody is older, elderly, okay? Now, what happened was that Maureen told us that 2 things on account of the code is that they can't do anything about mold because if they, because mold, if they mitigate mold, then there are people who are allergic to the stuff they mitigate it with, and so it's not in the code. And the second one is radon, which is what it brings me to today. And radon is another kind of like that. They don't do anything about radon. You know. So I went to the health department, and I got 3 radon kits. And I took them down on some date here in the last 2 weeks, and I went down to coffee, and Terry agreed to put the radon kits up. It's kind of tricky, but not really, and I didn't want to put them up because I'm a girl. And so, so Terry put those up, and then he has the dates, and I have them here afterwards. I might speak with some of you individually afterwards. And then 3 days after he put them up, they disappeared. Somebody cut them down and took them, and so Terry reported to me that it was a theft. So Terry and I decided that we would make a police report. So we made a police report and told them the story, and we made this police report. Well, one of the persons who is on the good side, one of the 4 persons down there that's on the good side, called Judith Hootink, the acting person that's supposedly managing that, and that's the reason that she sent the eviction notice to Terry and I. And so this is where we stand, this is where we are, and I'd just like that to be public knowledge, because I'm not kidding about this disaster. And some people know people that are living there and have been contacted for a recommendation as to whether they should move out or not, or actually that their parents should move out or not. Any questions?
So you've spoken with an attorney at Iowa Legal Aid?
Yes, I did.
Okay. The only thing, I'd encourage you to do that and to follow her or his. All right. Advice, which may include making a report with the Civil Rights Commission, which, as you know, is I believe you're a former member of the Civil Rights
Commission, yes.
Yep. So follow up those avenues, but that's probably the best course of action, to have it get investigated so that your allegations can be fully heard by those with the power to, if they're able to substantiate them, they'll be able to do something about it.
Okay.
Appreciate you coming. That's what I'd do.
Okay. And he told me to do this on, he told me that there's a level higher than social services here in Council Bluffs that investigates elder abuse.
Yeah.
And that will be going on to that, whatever that is. It's a federal law or something, and it's financed by the federal government. And so there's a couple other things, but I think my 5 minutes is up. I really appreciate this. The people at Colonial Plaza are watching, and they are delighted that Steve Carmichael and Maureen Ellers, who canceled her appointments and came the very day that we reported this to them. And so what we're demonstrating here is that one person, a couple people can make a difference.
Absolutely.
And everybody who has an issue that's like this have options to go to. So there are things that the city does and the agencies of Council Bluff that makes our city safer.
Thanks, Teresa. Can I get a quick motion to receive and file the information provided to the council?
Motion to receive and file these papers.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye. There's notes.
Anybody else from the audience? All right. Thank you and have a great night. We're adjourned.
Sorry, I see that you called.
I
I
did.
was out.